Hi students, I am almost done grading Module 0, and the last thing I am grading is the group discussion prompt. And I'm doing this screencast because I know that this is a confusing concept, and I thought if I showed you an example of a good group's discussion and how I grade it, that will help in the future. Please, 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 if you still have questions, email me, call me, come in and see me in my office, whatever you need, okay? So, big picture, all online courses are supposed to have these group discussions. All online courses are supposed to have these discussions that force students to work on the class throughout the week. I know that some professors don't do it, but I'm a rule follower, and so I'm doing what the guidelines say. Plus, I think it helps learning and helps you guys to digest the material better, which is, what my ultimate goal is. So, kind of imagine that this is like me in a classroom, putting students into groups, giving them a question to answer, and then giving them 10 or 15 minutes to discuss amongst themselves what they think the answer is. And then when I call on them, they give me the answer that their group came to a consensus on. So that's what the gist of this is. The earlier you start, the better. I know all of you cannot start, on Tuesday when a new module starts, but really getting to it by the end of the week is really important, and then being able to go back in Saturday, Sunday, Monday just to make sure the conclusion is there is great. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is talk to you about how I graded it, and I reached out to this student, Courtney Ames, and asked for her permission to kind of look at her post in detail and also show how I'm actually going to grade her post. And she was very gracious to allow me to do that, so I appreciate that, Courtney. As I go through this screencast, I'm going to go to the full discussion, but I'm going to breeze through other people's posts just because I didn't get permission from them. I'm certainly not going to comment on anything they wrote, and certainly not going to talk about their grades. So, when I'm grading, what happens is I go to what's called SpeedGrader, and it gives me the first person who has made a submission, and that happens to be Courtney, and it also happens to be one that I want to use as an example. So, I don't even look at what she has posted yet, because this is a group discussion. I've got to look at the whole thing in its totality before I can grade. So, I view the full group discussion. The first thing I do is remind myself, if I'm not already definitely know, but I usually do, what did I ask? So I'm looking for a post that describes your understanding of the central reason. Okay, so I needed a correct central reason. And I also, in your initial post, wanted you to tell me what you found surprising. So you needed to hit both of those to be able to, get full credit with your initial post. So anyway, I'm going to go through her pretty quickly. Right? I told you I wasn't going to stick, so I'm scrolling through. I'm going to stop right about here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I just want to point out that Courtney took it upon herself in this discussion post to draw the conclusion for her group. And she did that on Monday, even though she had posted way before that. She came back in. She took a consensus, really, of what was in the post or in the form at that point, which is perfect. She made a great conclusion, a correct conclusion. All right, so I'm happy to see, all right, this group had a conclusion. Perfect. So now I go back to Courtney's herself. All right, so I'm back to just what she has. So now I'm going to pull up the rubric. All right, and this is how I grade. So the first thing I'm going to do is say, did she make a post? Yes. I don't have to read it, and she gets 1 point. Okay? Did Courtney participate in the follow-up? Okay, well, out of the gate, yeah, she definitely participated. I see lots of participation. That's great. She made the conclusion. Not that you're going to lose points for not making the conclusion, because only one person can do it. It's still great that she did that. One thing that really goes in her favor is that she also disagreed with a student at one point, which is great. That's part of the learning process. So she definitely gets an excellent. Was her initial post made on time? Yep, absolutely, January 30th. So she's got full marks there. Was her group conclusion high quality? Yeah, absolutely. And then I read here and I see, what does she think is the central reason? She was spot on. She talked about the profound understanding of the curriculum that the Chinese teachers have. If you didn't use this PUFMF, it means that you read a different source article, which is fine. But she basically was talking about how they know the concepts conceptually, not just procedurally. She also went on to talk about surprising, not surprising. So she did everything she was supposed to do. She digested the material. Perfect. So 10 out of 10 for Courtney. She is done. And often, hopefully you guys see, I do make assignment comments. If there's something that you're kind of making a mistake on and I want you to be able to do better in the future, I'll point that out. Other times, I just really love certain things that you say. I'll point this one out. And this one, I'll keep it simple. Then I'm glad that she pulled that out of the text. I don't always make comments on everybody's, but you will get comments, so I hope you go back and look at them when you do get them. Courtney's done. And then what I will do is the other people that were in Courtney's group, I would have jotted down their names, and then I would have gone to their individual posts and graded them the same way. And then I start with another discussion group. I hope that helps, guys. Please, 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 if you have questions, concerns, complaints even, I'm good with complaints. Well, nobody likes complaints, but I do listen to them, and will help you out as much as I can. Let me know that as well. Good luck. Hopefully you're getting started on that second module, and that you will reach out if you need me. Thanks. Bye.